change in the lower east rift zone of the Big Island today as lava continues to flow from Fissure 8 through Kapoho and into the ocean. Fissure 6, meantime, is starting to weaken. Hawaii County today confirms 577 homes destroyed by lava and earthquakes, and 894 people officially registered for assistance with FEMA, or the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
The Disaster Recovery Center is open daily at Kea'au High School. That's between 8 in the morning and 8 at night. U.S. Geological Survey reports Pele's hair and other volcanic gas fragments that can irritate your skin and eyes are still dusting the ground within a few hundred yards of Fissure 8 and could be carried as far away as Pahoa and Hawaiian Acres.
Here's a live look at Halemaumau crater at the summit of Kilauea tonight. The camera filled with a plume of ash. And as explosions keep happening, scientists at Hawaii Volcano Observatory report the crater continues to widen as walls continue to collapse. Hawaii County is urging state lawmakers to hold a special legislative session.
The county says it needs further emergency funding assistance due to the ongoing destruction being caused by the Leilani Estates eruption. Council members say more funding will be needed for road repairs, shelters, and a loss of taxable real property.
Lava has now covered nearly 6,000 acres and destroyed hundreds of homes. Senate President Ron Kouchi says the legislature is ready to help, but concrete solutions to specific issues must be created before any special session could happen. Hawaiian Volcano Observatory reports that Fissure 8 continues to erupt with a full channel flowing to the ocean at Kapoho. There is no immediate threat at this time. Persons near the eruption should be prepared and listen for civil defense updates. Trade winds are pushing log to the southwest. Residents of Hawaii County who suffered damage or losses from the recent Kilauea volcanic eruption and earthquakes can register for disaster assistance with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA. The following is provided for your information. A Disaster Recovery Center, or DRC, jointly operated by Hawaii County, the State of Hawaii, and FEMA, is open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and is located at the Kea'au High School gym. FEMA, the U.S. Small Business Administration, and state and county government agencies will be present at the center. If you need a ride, buses will be running between the two shelters and the DRC between 7:30 a.m. and 9 p.m. Free medical, dental, and eye care will be available today, June 22nd, and tomorrow, June 23rd, at Tropic Care 2018 at Kea'au High School between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Free breakfast and lunch will be available for children. Tropic Care is open to everyone, regardless of whether or not they are affected by the Kilauea eruption. We are on watch 24 hours a day for your safety. This is your Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency.
Hawaii's Kilauea volcano is reported to have produced enough lava over the past 50 days to fill 100,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. USA Today reported Thursday the figure amounts to 250 million cubic meters of lava, making last month's eruption one of the largest Hawaii has seen in decades. Since May 3rd, Kilauea has continuously erupted, destroying nearly 600 homes and forcing over 2,000 people to evacuate. Hawaii volcano USGS warned blistering lava had been seen shooting out of Kilauea, reaching heights of 108 feet. Hawaii Kilauea volcano update. Explosions, small earthquakes, blaze continue 7 weeks after first eruption. 7 weeks after the Kilauea volcano in Hawaii erupted, it's still spewing the lava that has destroyed homes and roads on the Big Island. Thursday afternoon on the island, there was another explosion at the summit of the volcano that caused a plume of gas and ash. The plume didn't reach 1,000 feet in the air, however, according to the United States Geological Survey. After the explosion, there was a slight decrease in seismic activity on the island, but it increased again later Thursday evening. Members of the USGS also found that the volcano has damaged the areas around its summit. A flyover earlier this week showed that a parking lot that closed in 2008 at an overlook of the volcano was completely gone. The road that formerly led to the parking lot is still visible, but the overlook parking lot has slumped into the crater of Halemama, said the USGS. Halemama is a crater within the summit of the larger Kilauea volcano. The USGS also checked on the Jagger Museum inside the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park and found that books had flown off the shelves. The walls were cracked and the floors were buckling. In addition to explosions and eruptions happening at the summit of the volcano, there is still very high activity coming from Fissure 8. Fountains of lava are filling the flowing channel, giving the appearance of a lava river running across the island. That lava is flowing to the Kapoho coastline, where the Kapoho Bay was filled with lava earlier in June. The lava is entering the ocean, mostly at one spot on the south edge, according to the USGS. That entry was causing a lava haze, or laze, plume to form. It's a dangerous area as well because the hot lava reacting with the cold ocean water can cause violent reactions that produce debris. As of Thursday, trade winds were pushing the laze plume southwest, according to the Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency. This laze is dangerous because the plume contains hydrochloric acid along with small volcanic particles that can cause irritation to the skin, eyes and lungs. Less active fissures spewed some lava earlier on Thursday and were glowing with heat and lava. None, however, were erupting as violently as Fissure 8. Hawaii volcano eruption sparks gas explosion at Halemama crater measuring 5.3 magnitude. The explosion at the Halemama crater created a 5.3 magnitude blast wave, according to officials at the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center. The rim and walls of the volcano collapsed inwards, causing further destruction at Halemama's hazardous gas continues to cloud the southeast of the island. Hawaiian Volcano Observatory HVO said the blast was not severe enough to cause a tsunami warning, but a large ash plume was produced which may affect the surrounding areas, they said. Fountains of red-hot lava from Fissure 8 are still pouring into the established channel of molten rig flowing down to the ocean at the Kapoho coastline. One main ocean entry on the south edge of the flow front at the coast is producing a plume of laze, a noxious cocktail of superheated seawater steam laced with sulfur, hydrochloric acid and fine volcanic particles that can irritate the skin, eyes, and lungs, that is being blown inland. An HVO spokesman warned people to steer clear of the lava's ocean entry points. He said, "The ocean entry is a hazardous area. Venturing too close to an ocean entry on land or the ocean exposes you to flying debris from sudden explosive interaction between lava and water. Also, the lava delta is unstable because it is built on unconsolidated lava fragments and sand. This loose material can easily be eroded away by surf, causing the new land to become unsupported and slide into the sea." Pele's hair and other lightweight volcanic glass fragments from the lava fountain at Fissure 8 continue to fall downwind of the fissure, dusting the ground near the vent. High winds are wafting lighter particles greater distances, and residents are being urged to minimize exposure to these volcanic particles, which can cause skin and eye irritation similar to volcanic ash. HVO field crews are still at the site tracking the fountains, lava flows, and spattering from Fissure 8. Observations are also collected on a daily basis from cracks in the area of Highway 130, and no changes in temperature, crack width or gas emissions have been noted for several days. Hawaii volcano eruption. Stunning video gets viewers extremely close with lava flow. Hawaii volcano Kilauea created nearly 20 cracks in the Earth's surface, with several violently spewing rivers of scalding lava into the Pacific Ocean. Stunning footage shows the lava sputtering out of Fissure 16 in the affected area of Puna. Hawaii volcano Kilauea has been spewing scalding lava and ashes for over 7 weeks, wreaking havoc across the district of Quina on the eastern side of the archipelago's Big Island. Riveting videos from the area show steady flows of magma and debris sputtering out of Fissure 16, adding to the 30 billion gallons of lava Kilauea has produced since the start of the eruption. The video, shared by local online website Honolulu Civil Beat, also shows up-close shots of the bubbling lava violently exiting the fissure. The U.S. Geological Survey USGS warned in its latest update blistering lava had been seen shooting out of Kilauea, reaching heights of 108 feet. The USGS said lava fountains from the Fissure 8 spattered cone continue to feed the established channel, shuttling lava to the Kapoho coastline. A dominant ocean entry on the south edge of the flow front produced a large lace plume throughout the day. Fissure 6 oozed lava sporadically through the early morning hours. Fissure 16/18 and 22 displayed incandescence early this morning. The Hawaii volcano eruption caused a gas explosion at Kilauea summit that sent shockwaves throughout the island. The explosion at the Halemomo crater created a 5.3 magnitude blast wave, according to officials at the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center. The rim and walls of the volcano collapsed inwards, causing further destruction of Halemomo's hazardous gas continues to cloud the southeast of Big Island. A total of 2,930 parcels of land have been destroyed, damaged, or made inaccessible by Kilauea. This includes almost 600 homes that have been destroyed. Earlier this week, USGS admitted there is no way of knowing when the volcano's lava flow may slow down or stop. When asked about the current state of the magma chambers, they said, "We are not exactly sure how much magma is beneath the summit. We only have estimates. But we are confident that it is at least in excess of 100 times what has been erupted so far. So we would need years of the current eruption rate to empty the summit." The ASA satellite scans Hawaii's Big Island twice every 6 days for changes in the volcanic caldera. When asked if the Hawaii volcano's chambers will empty anytime soon, the U.S. agency admitted there is no accurate way of knowing. High winds are wafting lighter particles great distances, and residents are being urged to minimize exposure to these volcanic particles, which can cause skin and eye irritation similar to volcanic ash. Field crews from the Hawaii Observatory are still at the site tracking the fountains, lava flows, and spattering from Fissure 8. Observations are also collected on a daily basis from cracks in the area of Highway 130, and no changes in temperature, crack width, or gas emissions have been noted for several days.
Vacancies and resignations at Hawaii's public schools, the head of the teachers union says it all comes down to money. Our Ashley Nagaoka joins us with more. Ash?
Thank you, Kiahi. DOE employment records show more than 400 teachers resigned and left Hawaii during the 2016-2017 school year. That's an increase of 84% in resignations since 2010. That number didn't surprise Carrie Rose, a Waialua elementary school teacher who is getting ready to move to Colorado for another teaching job. The 34-year-old mother of two says she always dreamed of raising her family here in Hawaii, but on a teacher's salary, she says it's extremely difficult.
It's sad that if I want to stay here, I have to choose something other than teaching, and I don't want to choose something other than teaching because that's my passion. That's what I'm meant to do.
We've got to be able to increase teacher salaries, give more incentives to go into teaching. Otherwise, if this trend continues, there may be a day where we have 2,000 classrooms that don't have teachers.
Rosenlee says he was shocked by the latest DOE numbers. He says teacher vacancies are up 51% from 2011. The number of unlicensed teachers who did not meet state qualifications rose 63%, and the number of in-state education program graduates dropped 29%. Now, HSTA hopes voters will approve a plan to tax residential investment properties to help fund public education. It will be on the ballot in November. It's opposed by the counties who rely on property taxes and the real estate industry, which says it could raise rents for local residents. Volunteers here at New Hope Church have been working since 3 in the morning to prepare hundreds of hot meals for evacuees staying in shelters in both Kea'au and Pahoa.
Put a corn in a small one.
It's not the time to preach. It's not the time to push church. It's about loving on people. Inside the kitchen at New Hope Church in Hilo, volunteers are whipping up something unusual. When you guys go to the shelter, you're going to realize the need. A hot, home-cooked meal. Likely the first one some eruption evacuees will have eaten in days. These people lost their homes, so they don't get to just walk into their fridge and open it up and take something out and cook whatever they want. They're just eating whatever people are dropping off. That's why every Thursday for the past 6 weeks, these parishioners have been up before the sun. So we open up at 3 a.m. We start prepping at 3:30, providing comfort through their cooking. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Our volunteers, they come in and they're all joyful. Some people love to cook. Some people just want to do dishes. Today, they'll prepare, deliver, and serve close to 1,000 meals. That's the food that they have prepared with their hearts, God. At the shelter in Kea'au, our cameras focused on the food to respect the privacy of those who were there. People, they're really thankful. As this simple gesture provided a temporary escape, binding this tight-knit community even closer together. As long as it's going on, as long as there's people in the shelter that need food, we're committed to doing this. On Hawaii Island, Allison Blair.
The main thing is to have any kind of eruption, we have to have a system that is pressurized at depth, and it's usually gas-saturated magma that is more buoyant than its surroundings, that's temporarily held in place in some type of subterranean storage area or magma chamber. But eventually the pressure will build to a point where the container breaks, and when the container breaks, the magma will find its way to the surface, either as a lava-forming eruption, if, for instance, the magma that's erupted allows gases to pass through it rather easily, although as you increase the silica content of a magma, it becomes more viscous and it's much less passive to gas moving through it. In other words, and the only way to get the gas out of the magma is actually for it to explode.
You mentioned magma, you mentioned silica there, so my next question is, what is the composition of volcanic material? I know you have magma, and you also have ash, rocks, things like that. What are the composition of these materials?
Okay, so typically a volcano that's erupting in Hawaii will erupt basaltic lava, and that's a lava with about, say, 50% SiO2, maybe 12% iron oxide, maybe 3 or 4% titanium oxide, maybe 12 to 14% aluminum, maybe 6% magnesium oxide, and maybe on the order of 2% sodium and potassium combined. And then the other thing that these magmas have within them is dissolved gaseous compounds like sulfur, chlorine, CO2, and water.
When we're talking about the gas coming out of the volcano, how dangerous is this volcanic gas?
It can be, for instance, in the case of Hawaii, we have sulfur dioxide being emitted. You also have CO2 that is being emitted, and literally at the fissure vents, the gases are coming out at roughly 2100 degrees Fahrenheit. So not only are they poisonous, they're at extremely high temperature, so being exposed to them is not a good idea.
Since we've made the connection between volcanic eruption and tectonic activity, in other words, do volcanic eruptions cause earthquakes or vice versa, earthquakes causing volcanic eruptions?
There's been only a few cases where you can cite a large magnitude earthquake as having possibly driven a volcano into eruption. And by this I mean like the 1960 eruption of Cotopaxi volcano. It literally had a magnitude 8 earthquake almost directly below its summit. However, one of the things that has to happen for a volcanic eruption to occur is whenever you break rocks in the subsurface to move magma, you're generating a lot of small earthquakes as the magma moves to the surface. And if you have sensitive seismometers distributed, say, within a 15-mile radius of the volcano's summit, you'll record all those small magnitude earthquakes. They're usually smaller than magnitude 2. but they tell us something is happening at the subsurface beneath that volcano, and as such, an increase in the number of small magnitude earthquakes beneath the volcano is often a herald that a volcanic eruption